Scott. Jimmy and many other people, Jimmy Gammons, recommended to ask you about a story about hunting with Ted Nugent.
Yeah.
So if you want to let loose on that one.
Oh, I grew up in Michigan, and kind of as a young kid, I was a huge rock and roll guy, of course. Now I'm way more country, but as a kid, I always looked up to Ted. You know, he was a rock and roller, and he hunted. There wasn't too many rock and rollers when I was a kid that deer hunted, so I kind of just took a liking to him. And I always, there was two people, I said I'd like to meet when I was a little kid. That was Ted Nugent and Ozzy Osbourne. I never met Ozzy, but yeah, I met Ted Nugent. He had a store down in Jackson, Michigan, and I don't know. I went in there, met him a couple times, and then he had these hunts coming up. I think the first hunt I did with him, it was like '93, I guess it was. It was just he had a private ranch where we went and hunt wild boars, and I think I hunted there 2-3 times with him, but yeah, just got to know him there. Shot a wild boar the time he was there, and I think one time we hunted without him. But I've met his whole family, met his wife, met most of his kids, Rocco and Sasha and Toby. I hunted with Toby. That was my second hunt. We went to northern Quebec. Bob Fulcrod was actually there was an outfitter, and Bob was like one of the guides up there, and Ted Nugent went, his son Toby, and then me, and then there was a young kid from Wisconsin. Just the 4 of us went and hung out with Bob Fulcrod for, I don't know, 10 days or something up in the Leaf River. I went from Detroit to Montreal. That's where I met Ted and Toby. He took us out to dinner at a Japanese steakhouse. And then I think we took another jet up to Coudjouac, Quebec, I think it was. And then we got on a little, I don't know what it was, an otter maybe, like a 12-seat otter. And then we flew back into the Leaf River, and we set up camp for whatever it was. Could have been 8 days. I don't remember now. That was back in '96, I think. And yeah, just every day, just hung out with them the whole time. We all stayed in the same camp. We all took off different directions and hunted every day, of course, but we all shot 2 caribou. I think Bob Fulcrod shot a bear that week in camp. I think somebody else might have got a bear too, but yeah, it was a good time. But I've always looked up highly to Bob Fulcrod over the years. I've been to his home, I think, at least twice in Pennsylvania. Used to have that bow hunting school. We went out there and just kind of, 2 different times went to that. And in fact, a couple of years ago, he partnered up with Martin Archery, and he messaged me and asked me if I wanted to shoot a Martin bow, and just, sent me, they called me and what I wanted set up as, and wasn't, just here, shoot it, let your friends know you're shooting this Martin Addicts. And that's kind of all he wanted out of the deal. I didn't have to sign nothing, just shot, I got a $1,000 bow, just for being his friend. I really like Bob. He's a good guy. And Ted Nugent was the same. I mean, you see kind of his radical stuff here and there, TV, but just in person to hunt with him, he was just so laid back, and just both great people.
How well do you know Ted? Maybe you can get him on the podcast. We'll talk to him.
I don't know him that good anymore. That was, in the 90s.
Bob's a great guy too. I really like Bob Fulcrod. I mean,
yeah,
he's a real down earth guy. I've had some conversations with him. Real nice guy. He had a hunt way back in the day where he went polar bear hunting. And that's still on YouTube. That's a hell of a hunt. If anybody ever wants to look it up and see it, it's still floating around out there. I love that hunt.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Have you watched that one?
Yeah. He's killed about everything there ever was. I don't know.
I wouldn't want to be on a list of something he didn't kill.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he went up muskox hunting back then about that time I hunted with him. That was kind of my passion, go up in the Arctic Circle there and Northwest Territories or something, but just never did it. Yeah, he's quite a accomplished guy.
That's awesome.